a little bit more. This could even be encouragement or a little bit of a, a guide for you to maybe prioritize yourself more. Um, because I do feel like this was a choice for you to go into this energy of healing from the ground up, or realizing who exactly you are and where your boundaries lie from the ground up. Some of you may have even taken a break from the dating scene for a little while to focus on yourself, like to really give yourself that love, or to go deep into an area of your life that might have been a little bit confusing to you or something you needed to heal. Um, I'm trying to kind of feel through this Two of Swords energy because I do feel like for most of you, this is simply about the choice to enter into this, like this healing phase. But I also am getting a highly intuitive vibe off of this Two of Swords, which sometimes it comes through that way, and other times it doesn't. I feel like you followed your intuition when it comes to um, preparing yourself for this next phase in your romantic life. I feel like there's some amount of following what feels right to you, not necessarily doing what would seem to make sense. In some cases, not even doing what made sense to someone else. So this could be like something a romantic partner was asking of you, or some compromise that they wanted you to make, and it didn't really feel right for you to do that. This feels like kind of the energy of not paying attention to the logic of the matter, or not paying attention to what would be expected of you and really going with what you feel. And this could even go back to taking some time stepping away from a relationship or stepping away from the whole romance scene, just to kind of regroup. And that might not be what people expected you to do, but it could be the choice that you made to really come to this place where you are ready to welcome in something that's a great fit for you, ready to welcome in that big, like I was saying, it's that big love um, kind of scenario. It's like figuring out exactly what you want and what would be satisfying for you, not what looks good on the outside. Not what other people are expecting you to have, because maybe your idea of a romantic relationship isn't what people expect. Maybe you are fine potentially pursuing relationships outside of the norm for you, or outside of your culture or something like that, and that's not what would be expected of you, but your intuition has told you that this is the work you need to do and that this is the place you want to move towards. So I feel like, God, I feel like you guys are just really in the most centered place. I want to look at, like, I want to go with this. I want to look at what the tarot has for you, but I am getting a feeling that for a lot of you, new romance is coming in very soon, or some kind of um, change or revitalized energy is going to enter into an existing connection that you have. So I see what's going on here for a lot of you. Um, what's coming is something that's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't even know how to describe that to you, but what I want to reiterate is that this is about your diligence. Like, the reason that you're receiving this payoff, the reason that this lover's energy is coming in for you is because of your diligence, your persistence, and your patience when it comes to developing yourself in a way that was going to allow the kind of love that you want in your life. For some of you, this could be a relationship that really wasn't going the way that you want it to go, but if this is a relationship that you are still interested in, like one that you really are hoping could turn around, that's what I see here. I see better communication. I see that someone's going to be understanding your point of view, or seeing things the way that you see them, so that the relationship can grow and can be repaired and can evolve. I feel like there's just a lot of growth on your part. Um, you've been growing and evolving as a person so much that it's going to change the type of love that you're attracting, and the type of love that you even feel that you deserve. So whether it's new or existing, your idea of this has evolved, and that's okay. I actually see this going really well for you, and I think that the reason that this is going so well is because you have been patient enough to do the work. Um, it keeps coming to me as like from the ground up. So I want to think of another way to say that, but it kind of feels like maybe some shortcuts were presented to you when it comes to this. Like you could have just accepted the status quo. You could have just dated like whoever just because. And it's like, I feel at some point you made a decision not to do that. You made a decision to identify what you want and to kind of hold on to that vision. And what I'm seeing is that that vision will be showing up for you because you held firm. Um, I just can't, like, there's so much with the blindfold imagery here with the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. So I do feel like there might be kind of a vibe of you feeling your way through this, really tapping into an intuitive feeling and letting your emotions guide you through this, letting your intuition guide you through this. And this intuition and tapping into these emotions may have even led you to a particular person. Um, because I do see a connection here for a lot of you, and this could be something that's coming in, or this could be something you've already identified. I feel like somehow this led you to, or is leading you to a particular person, and it all feels very intuitive. It all feels like maybe it defies logic, but it's very intuitive. I think that this growth that you've been through, because I do see that growth here with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords, I feel like your past has taught you a lot. And that's kind of the energy that I was getting with the shaman. What you've been through in terms of love and romance has taught you so much about what you want to have in your life going forward. So for some of you, you walked away from relationships that were not satisfying to you or that caused a lot of pain and a lot of heartbreak. And I'm seeing a reward for this. Like it feels almost like at some point you knew you had to choose yourself. You had to choose to heal on a deep level. You had to move forward and hold on to your vision and your expectation. And like that is paying off. So the person that I see for you, whether this is new or an existing romance, the person I see for you is someone that you have a lot of chemistry with. It's somebody that there's like an immediate spark. Um, your reading is revealing more and more layers as it goes on, and it's just like suddenly something will jump out at me in a very almost like high definition way. And I feel like that might be kind of tapping into the energy of this romance that is on the horizon for you. I'm actually even seeing these two as some sort of divine partnership here. And it's revealing a lot about this relationship. I feel like this person you have so much chemistry with, things flow so easily, and also like the two of you have something in common. Um, and it might not even be something that's on the surface or that's overtly obvious, but that the two of you will connect on some kind of common ground or really understand each other on a fundamental level. And that might have been something that was lacking for you in relationship, because I'm seeing that in the past you could have felt kind of trapped, kind of stuck in someone else's view of how things should go or somebody else's expectation. And it's like this person sees you for who you really are. And I see this person as somebody that's highly devoted to you. You will, it's just really funny because I feel like you're going to know immediately. Either you already know this person or you will meet them and there will be an immediate spark, immediate chemistry. And I just feel like this person is so intent on you. The interesting part is I feel like you let your intuition guide you to this person, and this person is very receptive. So we have strong Sagittarius energy here with the Temperance card showing up twice. We have Gemini energy. it's kind of intense. I feel like this romance is a little bit intense, and um it's also exactly, I feel like this is exactly what you ordered. That's what's so funny about this is like you spent some sort of time like crafting your ideal relationship, whether you've realized you've done that or not. Some of you may have literally written down what you want to have in relationship, or how you want to feel, how you want to be treated, how you want the two of you to interact. And even if you haven't gone to that level of actually like verbalizing it or putting it into writing, I feel like you're developing a really clear idea of how you want this to go. And when this comes into your life, or when your existing relationship evolves to where you can realize this, there's not going to be any question in your mind, because I think that there's too many synchronicities for it to be a coincidence. It's how that's coming through. It's like that's the vibe I'm getting from this. There will be too many synchronicities. It will be too much exactly like the order that you placed for you to even mistake it. So if there's even the slightest bit of doubt that you will recognize this new romance, or anything like that, I feel like that's not even a question. And for a lot of you, I also feel like, again, this is something that's going to be happening relatively soon. This Temperance card has to do with the behind the scenes work that was done prior to this new love for you, or prior to this relationship taking on a new form. Um, this is the energy of a matter of months, this coming in for you. Wow, I'm so happy this Lovers card showed up too. I just feel like the two of you are going to be um, very complementary to each other. I don't that could also sound like you guys give each other a lot of compliments, and I actually do kind of get that vibe, because I feel like this is the kind of relationship where you're both really appreciated. So you're appreciating each other for exactly who you are and what you're bringing to the table. And this person sees the work in you. Like they see the personal evolution that you've been through, and they admire you for that. But this is also like, I feel like where you may still feel weak, this person is strong, and vice versa. Like the two of you bring out the best in each other, and you kind of make up for each other's weaknesses and build each other up, is the energy that I'm getting. Um, I also think that you are likely to have a similar past with this person in terms of their relationship. Like, if there's been disappointment, if there's been heartbreak, I feel like this person's going to be able to relate to you on that level. Let's pull some romance angel deck cards. Let's see what's going on. This reading is like, it feels way more beautiful than I even expected, and I'm really glad that this is your message, because the idea of doing like so much work personally, and working to evolve ourselves, working to be the best partner that we can be, and to be able to realize everything that we've been putting into motion without the payoff, like it's just so sad. And I feel like you guys are getting the payoff. So we have past life relationship. That has to do with that spark that I'm talking about, and like it being kind of undeniable, and like there's just too many coincidences. I feel like this might be a person that you do feel that you've known before. They also have release your ex. I'm gonna pull another card, but that vibe I was already picking up on with the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords. I think that both of you are going to be in a place where you can take the lessons that you learned from your previous relationship and kind of just move forward, like appreciating the lesson for what it was, learning what you need to learn from that scenario and moving forward. And this might take kind of moving past something that could have even been difficult for you to walk away from. We were talking about before, like potentially this energy of you walking away from something that like your intuition just told you to do this. It might not have made sense to other people or maybe even to you at times, but your intuition told you you deserve better. Your intuition told you that you needed to go within and like heal some stuff up so that you could have the kind of relationship that you want. So it feels to me like there are some things that need to be let go of, and depending on what phase of this you're in, you may have already done that work. And I think that this person that's coming into your life, I get the same vibe from them. That's why the two of you relate. So let's get one more card. We have healing family issues. So yeah, a lot of healing here. I feel like there's a lot of healing taking place on both sides of this, and that's kind of what makes this so beautiful, because I feel like saying you've met your match in a way, and I mean that can be taken more than one way. Like, you do have the Lovers card here, and I think that there is a deep connection between the two of you, but what I'm getting a lot is you've met the person who was willing to do the kind of work that you were on themselves to be prepared for this relationship. And the type of person who's willing to put in the work as this relationship moves forward. So, yeah, I have the feeling that that could be a new energy for some of you, that some of what you need to leave behind or what you've worked to leave behind wasn't that kind of energy. It feels like it could have felt like it was a little one-sided. And this new thing is in complete balance with the Temperance card. Yes. Let's pull some oracle messages for you. Okay, we have Temple of Mary, so emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. This energy, I feel like all of this work that you've done on yourself, and like kind of the energy of you getting to know yourself on this deeper level, is what allows for so much, it's like increased emotional expression. I feel like the two of you, this romance that is right on the horizon for a lot of you, I feel like it will be very emotionally expressive. And I love the playful innocence aspect of this card, because I feel like after all the work that you've put in, you deserve to have kind of that lighthearted energy. We also got Archangel Michael. I love that for you guys. Heart of a warrior. Yes. Three of Swords. I feel like you've been through a lot, and there is kind of this spirit of the warrior, this spirit of perseverance when it comes to this temperance energy, being patient, putting in the work, and then reaping your rewards. And this also is giving me the feeling of divine protection. Well, the card says that. It says divine protection. And what does it say after that? Synchronicity. And that's what we were talking about. This connection will have just too many synchronicities to ignore. Even if this is an existing thing, I feel like you're going to start to see synchronicities and signs that something is changing and evolving in this relationship, that movement is taking place, that your patience is paying off, that the heartbreak and the disappointment and the stagnancy is how I want to put it, because I think there's some form of stagnancy or feeling stuck when it comes to this connection, that part of it is over. So you have to kind of read it as it resonates for you. We have break the chain. Exactly. We're just kind of talking about that. So getting out of the feeling of being stuck, releasing old habits and old patterns, and that can be within an existing relationship, that can be your past relationships, really releasing the old story, releasing your ex in some cases, rewriting the future. There goes your fire on the floor. Here we go. We also have Keepers of the Earth, so you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand by your side. That, in combination with Archangel Michael, I feel like is reassurance that your angels and your guides are looking out for you in terms of your love life. So don't feel like you're alone in this. Don't feel like you're putting in all this work and being patient for absolutely nothing, because that's just kind of like confirmation. It's going to be okay. You have people watching out for you. You've got somebody pulling strings behind the scenes. You are not alone. But I also love that um, this came out with this Archangel Michael card. So again, you're not alone. I feel like your guides are sending you a lot of reassuring messages. So that could be that maybe there's some form of doubt that keeps kind of rearing its head when it comes to your romantic life. Maybe you doubt that this connection you'd hope for will happen. And it could be you might doubt that you ever meet someone, or you could doubt that this situation that you hoped would happen, you might doubt that it will. You might think there's too many problems, there's too many obstacles. But this is really reassurance that you have your guides, you have your angels watching out for you, and you're not alone here. And you didn't do all this work for nothing. You're not still in the process of doing this work for nothing, because whatever it is that you're doing to work on yourself, to balance your energy, to get to know yourself, whatever it might be, to define your idea of what you want to manifest, whatever that is, it's not for nothing. It's actually bringing in this new love, or it's transforming an existing relationship. So before we close out this reading, I want to grab you some initials. This is really just for fun. Some of this might make sense to you. It might not. Let's just see what comes through. This can be representative of a name, a place, a month, or it might just trigger something for you. So we're going to just get some letters here. We have the letter T. We have U. We have D, G, A, H, O, N, and L. Take that as it resonates. Some of these might not make any sense to you. Trying to see if we can like spell anything. Interesting, what's jumping out to me is LOA, like law of attraction. So for some of you that might resonate. It might be that you've been using the law of attraction, or you've been using some form of manifestation to try to like bring this new love into your life, or try to restore an existing relationship. So that could have been where a lot of your focus has been. But yeah, this might be an initial that's like representative of you or your person, maybe a month that you met, or a location that the two of you met, or where you might have talked about living, or something like that. And these can also be, if this is brand new for you, something for you to look out for. You might not know this person yet, but their initials could be on the table right now. So really interesting, great things in store for you. I'm really excited about this reading, because it is like the ultimate reassurance that the work that you've been doing is not going to be wasted. There's great things on the horizon, and it's actually coming very soon for a lot of you. So yeah, I think that's all the messages I see for you. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this reading, if any of these messages resonated, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again really soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, number 2. If you resonated with the Cobalto Calcite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to take a look at what's next for you in love and romance. So we are going to begin with your starting energy in your oracle card and see what this is. So we have the heart. Okay, I love this. I really love this. Yeah, like we're talking about love and romance, and you get the heart. So immediately I just kind of know that as you move forward, I feel like you guys are going to be making choices that are more heart-centered choices. Like you're going to be approaching your love life and your romantic life from a really emotional place and not really a place of logic or expectation or restrictions or whatever else comes along with things that can feel heavy and can feel restricted. I just feel you guys moving into your heart space more, kind of knowing what is right for you, feeling it out. I'm really drawn to this area of the card. It just looks like rings to me. It looks like two rings that are kind of interlinked. Um, so this could talk about deep commitment. This could talk about either a relationship coming into your life that's going to be one that's defined by a really deep level of commitment. This could talk about an existing relationship that you are in reaching a new level of commitment or taking some kind of solid form where before maybe it was a little bit questionable. So um, I will say that I'm going to try to kind of touch upon this in in a lot of different ways because some of you might be in a stage where you're welcoming in new love or you're open to welcome in new love or you're wondering where it might be coming from. Others of you might already be in a connection, and others of you might feel like you have kind of reached the end of a connection or you need to kind of getting more clarity about what the next step is for you. So we'll try to look at everything from these different angles, and kind of you can also tailor these messages to fit your situation depending on where you are in this journey or in this cycle of love, because we all find ourselves in each one of those cycles at different points in time. So this card really talks about coming into a sense of connection with your heart space. So I'm really getting strong heart chakra energy from this. The number 4 is coming to mind, probably because the heart chakra is the fourth chakra, but fours may hold some particular significance to you. It feels like to me, this is feeling like coming into a very emotionally balanced place. And that might be where the symbolism of fours is coming from because fours talk about balance, they talk about stability, they talk about firm foundations. So this could be you kind of coming into that place of a firm foundation when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your heart space. Um, since we are talking about foundations, which are kind of the building blocks, it could be that the heart needed to be healed on a very deep fundamental level. There could be things that have gone on, maybe even since childhood, that were affecting your emotional life, your romantic connections, or something like that. And maybe there's a little bit of heart healing here. This really feels like a happy energy to me. I feel like a lot of you are coming out of this time of healing or maybe a time of confusion when it comes to the heart and really coming to a place where you are more open, where this heart space can be more open, it can be more receptive, and this feels like a very optimistic energy to me. Um, yeah, I think this is talking about coming into an emotionally balanced place, and that can also be an emotionally balanced partnership. So this could be something new for you, or this could be balancing out the scales on an existing relationship where it's felt like the emotions weren't balanced or equal on either side. Um, yeah, what's interesting is I'm really getting the sense of home from this heart card. Oh, the fours. The fours, the fourth house, Cancer energy. I had tried to figure out where this is coming from, but I just keep seeing the home, the home. I feel like there's a sense of home that you're getting. So this could either be like you're finding your own comfortability with yourself, with your emotions in this heart space, and you're feeling at home and you're almost allowing yourself to be who you are and to be expressive. This could also be an indication that you are meeting someone or have already met someone who really makes you feel at home, at peace, kind of giving you that sense of home, or vice versa, because it could be that you're doing this for this person. Um, yeah, this might be somebody that you've already met or that you will meet in the near future. For some reason, I'm getting the overwhelming feeling with you, number two, that you might already know who this person is. So for a lot of you, that could be true. For others of you, this is about something that's coming in the future. I feel like this person sparked something in you, sparked a feeling of comfort in you. And if you haven't met them, that's kind of a key factor here. Like that feeling of comfort, that feeling of home, that feeling of like, I've known you before, and being at peace is a key factor here. I'm getting also a very heavy energy of self-love from this card. This card does talk about being focused at the center, so it's almost like you're pouring energy into yourself, because when we're looking at the center, we're talking about what's going to take center stage in your life, what is going to sit on that throne or on that pedestal of your life. And I have to say, with this energy of the heart, it does feel like self-love has played a key role in this, or will be playing a key role in your romantic journey. Um, yeah, I get the sense that some of you may have moved away from. This is funny because a similar message was coming through for number one, but it didn't feel like this. This feels like maybe some of you have stepped away from the search for a partner, but not in this way where it's like you gave up on love or you didn't think that love was going to come to you. It's almost like this feeling of you were having more fun kind of loving yourself or pampering yourself, giving yourself that love and attention and devotion and seeing all of the great qualities in yourself. I just feel like there's a lot of appreciation for self here. And that might have been a recent shift for you. But it is interesting because the focus being shifted toward loving yourself is what I think is actually opening up doors in terms of your romantic life. So it's just so interesting how things work like that. It feels almost like you deviate, like you diverge from the path at hand, and it turns out that that was the shortcut. That's what I think a lot of you have realized or will be realizing, that it's like you putting in this work and this effort toward self-love and seeing yourself as the lovable person, the lovable, beautiful creation that you are, is actually making you more attractive. It's drawing in more of that kind of love. It's sort of this feeling as within, so without. So you have brought in this feeling of love and appreciation and even adoration at some times for yourself, for who you are, how beautiful you are, what you have to offer, all of your amazing qualities. And that's actually opening doors for you to receive even more confirmation of that, like more feedback. So that's love coming in from the outside. So it does feel to me like balancing out this heart energy, this heart chakra energy here is opening doors for you. Um, your guides, your guides are like trying to tell me something, and they're telling me in a way that tells me that this isn't a message for everyone that's watching this, but that I need to point this out for a specific group of you. And that is that for some of you, this is the first time you might be hearing this concept, or it's kind of registering for you in a different way. So this is actually saying that this is your key, and this might not have been something that you realized, but that self-love is going to be your key, and to let you know that that would be something worthwhile in looking into. Also, to maybe focus on the color pink, the color green, stones of these colors, and just like kind of digging deep into self-love. So I don't know really who that's for, but for some of you, your guides are saying to do just what we were saying, to turn your attention away from a particular person, a particular situation, or an outcome that you had hoped for, and to focus on the self, to just really treat yourself with a lot of love, to pamper yourself, to make progress on your own goals, and that's what's going to balance out this energy, and that's what's actually going to get the wheels turning in your romantic life. So, side note for some of you, but yeah, your guides were like, hold on, hold on, make sure you tell the full story here. So yeah, that's for some of you. So yeah, this act of self-love is really in turn attracting more love into your life. You're seeing yourself as more lovable. You're really waking up to the fact that you are worthy of exactly what you want, that you're worthy of a deep kind of love. It feels to me like you know you're incredible. Number two, you know you're incredible. Um, and like you're moving into a place where you don't really want to accept less than you know you deserve, being the incredible person that you are. So like no scraps is how it's coming through. You're not willing to take scraps, and this isn't even coming from like an aggressive standpoint. Like it doesn't feel aggressive at all. It's almost like you're blind to anything that isn't like that isn't it. Is how it's coming through. You're not even considering. Interesting. Um, your self-worth, it's like your self-worth has skyrocketed or something like that. Because it really is, it's not this feeling of, um, oh wow. Okay. Making note of how the cards are acting, also making note of this Empress energy that will not leave the bottom of the deck. So there it goes. I had to call it out, and but that's kind of the energy of self-worth. Um, yeah, you're tapping into this idea of self-worth, and it's like anything that doesn't meet up with that, that doesn't match up with that, that isn't fulfilling on that level. I honestly don't even think you notice it. So it's kind of funny. It's not like these things that you're trying so hard to ignore. It's like your heart space is becoming so balanced that you're not really noticing the things that like aren't doing it for you, things that aren't working. Three of Wands. We're just gonna look a little deeper. Oh yeah. We're gonna look a little bit deeper into this heart energy, and you get the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Like, I can't even begin to describe to you how beautiful this is, but that's kind of what I'm here to do. So let me give it a shot. I feel like a lot of you have had your eye on the prize. Like the Three of Wands energy is about growth and expansion, and this is particularly expansion in the area of the heart. So this is like you growing your idea of love, you growing your capacity to love and to be loved. And it feels like there has been kind of a plan. There's been a little bit of a vision about this. There's been this feeling of self-love and of diving deep into emotions here. All of this energy here is very emotional energy. The heart gives me water vibes, like for sure. And in this card, we actually see two people out on a rowboat. So we have like water imagery here. So we're looking at Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. The Three of Wands, although this is a Wands card, this is fire energy. This is passion. So we love to see that when we're talking about emotions. But the imagery on this card is giving me water. We have a girl about to maybe surf. Maybe she's already been surfing, or maybe she's just thinking about it. I don't know, but she's about to dive right into this water here. So this is about diving really deep into emotional issues, diving deep into that heart space. And then we have the Knight of Cups here. So this is the ultimate card of an offer. And for some of you, this is an offer that you've made yourself. You've made yourself an offer of love and of acceptance and expansion and growth in this area. And like I was saying, that's bringing in more love from the outside. So this is literally like the knight showing up, the knight in shining armor, the knight with a dozen roses. It's like it's drawing in this love from the outside because you're cultivating it on the inside. You planned to expand in this area, and it really is coming in. So that's a lot. Let's look at the tarot. Like I don't even know. That's just such beautiful energy. That feels really exciting to me. That feels like this feels like it was a conscious choice on your part. And like it worked, like it paid off. It was a conscious choice to grow in this way, to develop this sense of love, to cultivate that inside, and like the way that it's impacting your romantic life. I think this is going to be particularly surprising and beautiful to some of you if you did this like without expecting anything. Like if you really got to the point where you're like, I'm just going to focus on myself. I really don't care about love anymore. I'm just going to focus on myself. And like you did that from a very true and authentic place. And it's like that, it's going to blow your mind that that was the decision that brought you the love that you were looking for. So crazy. Um, that just flipped right out. So I guess we're taking it. We have the Four of Coins. Let's see what else. The King of Swords. That kind of came out in reverse, so we're going to take it in the reverse position. I feel like you guys have like, you have a story to tell, so I'm just taking all of this in. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. I'm taking all of this in for a second because I just feel like I could already tell with this heart energy that there was some kind of story behind this, like something got you to this point. The Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Coins in reverse and Justice card under that. Okay, let's look at this. There's some history here. There's some history here. Something led you here. Like something led you to this. And this card, like, why is it doing that? Why? This King of Swords wants my attention so bad. And like, I'm not even trying to focus there. Let me back up because I have to go where this reading is taking me. And like I just said, this King of Swords wants my attention so bad. For some of you, there is somebody in your past that I think might have led you to this place of wanting to heal your heart, wanting to like welcome in the kind of love that you felt you were deserving of. You may have an air sign energy that things did not work out with. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy coming through with this King of Swords. The King of Swords showing up in reverse kind of tells me a lot about this person. So if this is the case for you, this, of course, this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but this just feels like a relationship that wasn't fair, somebody who could be very hurtful, and who could be very unfeeling, it's interesting because we're talking so much about the heart chakra and the heart space and letting your emotions lead and kind of swimming around in this emotional energy. So this feels like not a match for me. And if this is someone in your past, like I don't have any doubt that you already know this. You either know that this situation needs to end or you've already ended the situation. But I think that somehow this has played into you seeking out that self-love and in turn being able to welcome in new love, because I see like this different energy between the Knight of Cups and this King of Swords in reverse. I feel like on one hand we have somebody who's very cold. It's somebody who can be kind of manipulative, that can be hurtful, and then I see somebody who's like very caring, and like there's this soft nurturing energy, and there's effort. Like with the knights, we have movement, which in this case to me is representing effort. It's like this person wants to move towards you. This person wants to pursue you. This person wants to offer you something. And I feel like for a lot of you, this energy that you're welcoming in is something different than what you have experienced. And this might be different from a particular person that you have been dealing with. But it could just be in general. This King of Swords in reverse could be the person that you seem to always end up with. Somebody who's not emotionally available, somebody who uses their words to hurt you, somebody who can be kind of like callous and harsh. And I just was feeling like something led you to this place. So for some of you, this doesn't even have to be a romantic partner. This can be family relationships. This can be situations in your life that have led you to this point. But something prompted you to want to explore this idea of filling up your own cup. And now I'm seeing that like love is coming in from all angles. I even see friendship coming in for you guys. So that's weird. Like I wasn't asking about that, but I see this like this level of connection that is happening for you on all fronts, not just romantically, and it's happening because of the internal work that you are doing and because of really opening up that heart space. So I feel like there's been a lot of trust here. I'm going to move on from that King of Swords because he doesn't want my attention as much anymore now that I've given him his fair shot. But when I look at this Four of Coins, I feel like for some of you there could have been something that you fought to hold on to for a long time and you might have had to realize that you had to let it go. And that doesn't even mean that in all cases that thing is over, but it does mean that I think you had to reach this point of self-love and self-appreciation before you were going to be able to realize that fully. I also am getting the feeling of like trust that everything was going to work out. So I do feel with this expansion of the Three of Wands, this plan that you laid out for the future, there's this amount of trust that you've had to put into this. Like that if you stop to do this work or if you pause and have your heart set on a particular situation, that things will work out in your favor. And you see the way that like the look on her face is sort of like there's a little bit of worry. So I do think there could have been some doubt, or maybe these doubts tend to creep up. Like, is this the right decision? Maybe I should have pursued that a little bit more, or maybe I should have just gone with this thing even though I didn't think it was right. Or maybe I should be in the dating scene instead of like filling up my own cup. Like there might be that little nagging doubt that creeps in sometimes. But it's like, this is really confirmation to just hold tight and to like hold on to this idea that this self-love is going to pay you back. And that's what I see. So your reading is interesting because I feel like what's ahead for you in love kind of came out in your starting energies and kind of told me why this is going to happen for you. There's an offer coming in for you. It again, like with reading one, it feels soon. It does not feel like something that you're going to be waiting for a long time, or there's some kind of progress. With this Three of Wands, this could be a distance relationship for you that you've been waiting for some kind of opportunity in. You've been waiting for circumstances to change. Maybe this person's going to move toward you or you're going to move toward them, something like that. And this Three of Wands energy is kind of highlighting that for me. So I see movement. I see expansion and growth in terms of your romantic life that really started at the core of you loving yourself. But your tarot cards are really showing me the story of like how you got to that point of making a choice to fall back into self-love, to kind of fall back into your essence, your nature. And there's a lot of stuff that you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind a lot of conflict. You're leaving behind a lot of loneliness and abandonment. So for some of you, you might be walking away from a relationship that was full of conflict. For others, you might be putting conflict within your relationship aside. But I just see that there's like calmer waters ahead. Which is interesting with all of this water imagery here. There's something that feels more fulfilling, something that feels way more satisfying to you and way more like a partnership than anything that you have felt before. It's really exciting. I just feel like this is exciting energy for you guys, especially seeing like where you come from. And so you're welcoming in like I feel like you're welcoming in love on all levels. And the reason that's happening is because there's work being done at the heart center, which really, that's our center for all connection, whether it's romantic or family connections, friends. And it's like all of that is coming in for you. Look at the heart right at the center here. That's kind of the theme of this. The heart is the theme. Let's pull some romance angels and see what's going on. I keep hearing harsh words, and I know we were talking about that with the King of Swords, but it was starting to come through for the Five of Swords in reverse as well. That somebody may have like communicated in a really harsh way to you about something, or someone that you've loved in your past or something like that. And to not hold on to it with this Four of Coins, like to be kind of particular about what you're holding on to, because that was that person. Like that was their issue. It wasn't yours. So I think this is like about you moving forward in these new connections without holding on to the baggage of the old. Without holding on to even not believing what this person may have said or believing your previous story when it comes to love and romance. Yeah, you're writing a new story. It's so funny because the heart, like if you heal at this heart level, yeah, your story will be rewritten because everything that's going to happen going forward will be changed and affected by this new standpoint that you are taking. Some of you are really, you're coming into connection with somebody that's, if this has been a long distance relationship or you've never met this person in the 3D before and you're coming into connection with them. Crazy. You got the express your love cards and says go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That's Knight of Cups energy. I think that this person that you are attracting is somebody that you can be expressive with, and they make you feel comfortable doing that because ooh, it's heating up, you guys. They make you feel comfortable doing that because they are so willing to do it. They're willing to express and open up and tell you how they feel. This is about a heart connection here. Wow. I'm seeing this energy. The two of you are really connected at the heart. So you're going to be making a deep connection. On the heart level, and it's kind of coming through like that nothing else will matter is how that's coming through. But that deep connection at the heart level is going to kind of reign supreme. All the other issues if you worked out. So I don't know exactly what that means for you. Take that as it resonates. This could be a relationship where there could be something to overcome. We have this Five of Swords in reverse, so that does talk about overcoming obstacles. Kind of putting the fight behind you. So if there's been some sort of challenge to bringing in this relationship, it's like putting that energy of challenge or fight behind you. And that heart connection is what's going to lead this. Let's get you one more card. Did I mention chemistry? You have the chemistry card and healing family issues. This came out for number one. So yeah, that healing at the heart center, I think, is really important. And I think you already know that because I'm feeling like that's what you've been led to do. Whether you've realized it or not, you've been led to kind of like cultivate this sense of love within yourself. And that's making a huge difference in terms of your love life. Let's pull some oracles for you. Wow. So we have Cathedral of Light, Stubborn Attitudes, Extending the Olive Branch, and Artistry. I feel like this energy has been present in this reading the entire time. When we talk about stubborn attitudes, I'm looking right at that King of Swords because that's kind of the energy that I was picking up on. Somebody who just wouldn't budge, or a situation that just wouldn't budge. And then this card also talks about extending the olive branch, and that's the Five of Swords energy. To me, that's like walking away from the conflict, putting the conflict in the past. So for some of you, this is about a past relationship or a series of relationships that have been full of conflict, and you are moving past that by exploring this idea of self-love and opening up in the heart center. Um, for others of you, this is kind of like, this is a particular situation. This might even be kind of the rekindling of something that is about putting things behind you. This is card 5, and we were dealing with the 5 of Swords too. So this is about change, something changing for you or changing in an existing relationship. The change is gorgeous. Whatever that change means to you, the change is gorgeous because it's this heart energy. It's this 3 of Wands. It's this Knight of Cups. It's like, it feels like a change that you've been planning, that you've kind of had your eye on, have had your sight set on. I keep getting moving. Some of you are moving. Some of you, your person is moving. If distance is an issue, I just feel like it's not going to be for much longer. Then we have card 33. Wow, 33 is doing a number on me today. So that that number was showing up in the first reading, showing up again here. So 33 might be significant. It could be a sign. It could be some sort of symbol for you to let you know that you're on the right track. So we have Tibetan fire serpent. So this is seeking a higher truth, discernment, a better path. And that's exactly what this is. This idea, this concept of self-love and this exploration of the heart space is the higher truth. Love is the highest strength. It's the truth that we just often forget, that we are love. Sometimes we don't realize that, but I feel like you guys are really exploring that energy, figuring that out, and this idea of a better path is like, it's everything. I feel like that's everything. I'm not going to take these because that's too many, and because I tried to ruin your spread, so we cannot go with that energy. But that's what this is about, a better path. This expansion of the heart and this Knight of Cups energy is like a better path than what you've been on. It's a path of connection. So we had, you're already doing it. Flip over. It says stop overthinking. I'm thinking some of you are doing this self-love and don't even know it. And you also had play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. It really, like, looking at the energy that came out here, you might have been working really hard on these concepts of self-love or on healing some kind of issue so that you could move forward in your romantic life. But it's like, I don't think you're realizing how much progress you've really made and how much progress you continue to make. So your guides are saying, lighten up a little bit. You're just right around the corner from exactly what you've been planning, from the exact vision that you've had. You don't have to hold on so tightly to it with this 4 of Coins. You don't have to worry that you're missing out on an opportunity or that you're not seeing the signs or whatever it may be. You don't have to worry. Just have some fun. Now, this play energy also kind of, like, when I see this and I see the Knight of Cups there, I think maybe this is about you getting out there, dating, talking to new people, kind of just having fun with it and taking the pressure off of it. For some of you, that will resonate. For others of you, you might not be in a phase where you're wanting to meet somebody new. There might be a particular situation that you are interested in. And in that case, it's like, just take the pressure off of that situation. If this is an existing relationship, this might be about being more playful in your relationship, going out on some dates together, not making it so serious all the time, because that's what's going to just bring the love and that connection back into the relationship. So let's go ahead and finish up this reading with some initials. Wow. I was going to grab some, but you guys have some just falling out. So I guess we'll start with those. We have the letter B, we have H, and we have V. We also have K. So these can be like initials of maybe this person's name. These might be initials to keep in mind if you are looking to meet somebody new. These can be your initials. They can be the initials of a place or a month that that the two of you met. So just kind of be open. We'll see also if we can spell anything, and it just might be something to keep in mind. So we have C, we have A, U, and M. So I see some interesting things here. I see BAM, BAM, which is like telling me that something is going to like kick off. There might be something kind of explosive. We were talking about this chemistry here and the expression of love, like the idea of expressing love. So this person that you might meet, it might be like immediate chemistry, like fireworks, and they might be very expressive towards you in a way that surprises you. There's kind of another idea that was coming through from some of the messages that we were discussing earlier, and that was that you might not realize how much this act of self-love or this healing of the heart is going to impact your romantic life. And then when stuff starts to kick off, like I was saying, you could have even stepped away from this, thinking like that you're not really that interested in love right now. And then it's like that's the second that something happens. So I do think for some of you, there's something surprising around the corner. Somebody may surprise you. I'm also seeing Cam, and it's making me think of Cameron, and it's also making me think of a camera. So this might be somebody who is like a photographer. You may be a photographer. There might be some connection in terms of pictures that you have with a particular person. Maybe you've looked over old pictures or something like that. Yeah. So kind of some interesting messages coming through with that. Yeah. I'm trying to see if something else jumps out at me. Because I am hearing like Cameron and Camille. So for some of you, that might mean something or might be something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's all the messages I see for you, number 2. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I'll see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you were drawn to the raw rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. We are going to find out what is next for you in love and romance. So let's begin with your starting energies and your oracle card and just kind of see what we've got going on here. So to begin with, you have the desert. Okay. Wow. That it's sort of interesting energy to start with. I'm going to try to touch upon this in a number of different ways because for some of us, we are looking to welcome in new love. For others of us, like you might be in a connection already, or you might have your mind on a connection or your heart set on a particular connection. And then others of us might be like closing out cycles when it comes to relationship. It could be that you might have a little inkling that you need to move away from the current connection that you're in, or maybe you've just ended something and you kind of want to know like what steps to take next now that you've come to this place of ending. So let's talk about it from all of those perspectives, and also feel free to tailor the messages to kind of a way that fits you, that fits your particular scenario, because we are all at different phases of this, yet we all find ourselves at each of these phases at one time or another. So looking at this desert energy, I just feel very strongly that Spirit wants to highlight some area of your past or an area that you are currently feeling like your romantic life is settled in. So this desert energy makes me think of a drought. This could be, for some of you, that when it comes to your romantic life, you're like feeling like there's nothing to speak of. There is no action, like you're in a drought, and maybe you've been single for a long time. This could even be something that you joke about a lot, like what love life, what romance, like it's just non-existent to you. And this is kind of your attitude or your approach when it comes to this idea of love or romance. So I really feel like your guides are trying to highlight either a particular mindset when it comes to love, or kind of what's been going on in the recent past for you, or for some of you, not so recent past, if you've if you've been single for a little while, if you've been searching for something for a while, it could just feel like you're in the desert, like there's just no sustenance, there's no activity, there's no action. Um, I feel like a lot of you may have felt lonely for a long time and kind of wish that someone would come into your life, and just feeling this sense of almost being deserted, or yeah, that's coming through. So for some of you, this could have began because of the end of a relationship, but maybe this feeling of loneliness or being deserted is prevalent for you. For others of you, this idea of the drought could signify that really, despite your attempts, so maybe you do date, maybe you have started up some connections. So despite the attempts that you've made, it's like this feeling of just not finding what you've been looking for. So maybe you have talked to several people, but like nobody's hitting the mark, nobody's checking the box. Um, yeah, just you're not finding what you were hoping to find in romantic partners. It could even for some of you start to feel like that person isn't out there. Maybe this idea of who you would want to be in romantic connection with, you may have doubted if this person was even out there, if you would ever find this person, if your expectations are too high. But I feel like even if you have that thought, you kind of go back to like, no, my expectations aren't that high. It's just like there's nobody out here. It's kind of that feeling. Um, and I also feel like for some of you, it might feel like, in addition to feel like you're dating all the wrong people, it could feel sometimes like you're dating the same person or the same type of person over and over and over again. And like you're looking for something new. Like this desert energy is kind of giving me the feeling almost of even hoping or praying for something new, for some new attitude, some new connection to just like spring up out of nowhere, because you just feel like you're caught in the cycle of getting the same old, and it's like your needs aren't met, and you kind of, I just feel like from you guys that you know what you deserve, but then you like can find yourself doubting if it's out there. Um, Now I keep hearing lack of information in terms of drought. So for some of you, this is about an existing connection. This is about either a connection that you are currently in, or maybe one that has broken off and that you hope to rekindle. This could be a connection that is in separation. Desert energy really does give me that vibe of like there might be some sort of problem with communication. There might have been a little hiccup when it comes to communication, and there could be some distance between the two of you, and you're not really sure if you're going to make it through this rough patch, or if you're ever going to get the information that you need, if this person will open up and communicate in the way that you need. So this does give me a feeling of distance, which could be physical or it could be emotional, but it's giving me kind of that vibe of like somebody who's walking through the hot desert and they can't see the end. Like there is no end in sight. They don't know if they'll ever make it through. They don't know if they'll ever find a source of water, a source of sustenance again, because all they can see for so far ahead and in every direction is just more and more desert. So there could be kind of a sense of doubt here, and I feel like that's the energy that is consistent no matter what phase it is that you're in. There's some element of maybe doubt or scarcity when it comes to understanding what's going on, or feeling like you have all of the pieces of the puzzle. So that's kind of the energy that we are starting out with. Um, I feel like for a lot of you, there might be a lack of communication or a lack of direction. So this feeling of being lost that's present when it comes to your love life. Um, Most of all, this card really brings about a sense of discomfort. I will say that. So it is kind of making me feel like there's some sort of evolution that's taking place. Something is changing. Um, and This is showing up and this is coming across as actually a sign of encouragement. Your guides wanted to definitely touch on some of the like the doubts and the thoughts. I almost I combined that into dots, which is now making me think of connecting the dots. So I think that might be what your guides are trying to do here. They're trying to help you connect the dots when it comes to any kind of lack of information or any kind of doubts that creep up about your romantic life or about your connection with a particular person. They want to acknowledge like where you are with this and the thoughts that you've had, but also help you to fill in some of those gaps and give you a little bit of encouragement to hold on to your ideals, to hold on to your vision for love or your vision for this connection in particular. Because on the other side of this dry spell, whatever that means to you, but basically once you make it through this desert, there's actually a lot of abundance waiting for you, is how this is coming through. So I want to dive a little bit deeper into this desert energy. I just noticed the Temperance card, and that card actually showed up in reading that. It just jumped out at me as I was shuffling. So Temperance is always kind of a message of patience, of balance and harmony, and sometimes achieving that balance and harmony takes patience. So that could be a message for some of you in terms of maybe the patience that you're needing to display when it comes to figuring out what's going on in your love life. This could be patience that you already even have displayed in an existing connection. So it might be something that's taking a little while. Like I was saying, when we're in the middle of the desert, it feels like there's no end in sight. Of course, the desert does end at some point, but it can feel like there is no end in sight. So we have card 2, the High Priestess, to kind of clarify this desert energy. This is about your intuition, you guys. Like I was saying, your guides want to encourage you. And then the star card falls out. The star card is the ultimate form of encouragement. We have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is about abundance. Really, all of the messages that were kind of coming through intuitively are being reiterated by these cards, which I'm very glad of because it gives us confirmation and we kind of know we're on the right track here. The Nine of Pentacles is about having it all. It's about really enjoying things like enjoying the pleasures of life. Sometimes these can be solo pursuits or solo pleasures. And with that desert energy and that drought energy, it could have felt like you're kind of on your own. This would be a little encouragement to even enjoy those moments where it feels like this isn't going anywhere or feels like you might have to do this all alone. Enjoy those moments and finding like a little bit of hopeful energy and encouragement. It's like there's a lot of other stuff for you to enjoy in life, even if you're waiting for this one last piece. And I think your guides want you to focus on that. But they're offering you so much encouragement. So this really tells me that this cycle is probably on its way out for you. This feeling of being alone or not knowing which direction to go, being kind of lost, feeling like you don't know what's next for you. This feeling is coming to an end. And with this High Priestess energy, it's really the energy of that right there, what I just did. I couldn't even describe it without doing it because I can almost feel the tension. I can feel like wanting something to happen, wanting to hear from someone, or wanting a situation to unfold in a way that's like positive for you. And it's really great because this is on the horizon for you with all of these encouraging messages. But this is also like the High Priestess is kind of a receptive energy. This is the energy of going with your intuition and then believing it, like believing that it will be true, holding firm to that vision. And we were talking about that. We were talking about really this desert card being a form of encouragement for you to hold on to your vision and hold on to your ideals because there is an end in sight. There really is an end in sight. I kind of lost my train of thought with something else that I wanted to point out, but overall, I think that this is about maybe not knowing how close you are to reaching the forest that lies right outside of that desert. So even though if you look all around, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't have any clear answers or direction here. It's like you're almost there, and there really couldn't be any more encouragement than this. So that's the energy I was picking up on with the desert card. This isn't to say that what's ahead for you is a drought and more drought and just dry and desolate and horrible. That's not what this is at all. This is encouragement that even if it feels that way sometimes, even if it feels like you don't have the answers, you don't have the direction, you're alone, that you need to be in this high priestess energy, because the high priestess believes in her vision. She sits back and she allows the universe to let it unfold. And that's the energy that you need to be in, especially with that Nine of Pentacles that was at the bottom of the deck. It's like, enjoy the little moments right now. Enjoy even the not so little moments right now, while all of this is unfolding, because there's a lot of stuff to enjoy. There's a lot to be thankful for. So let's not blow your cards around. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm feeling so good about this. The desert card could like tell the different vibes, but no, it has a very encouraging feeling, and I felt strongly that your guides really wanted to touch on what might have been going on for you, or what kind of thoughts might creep in for you sometimes. Almost to lay some of that to rest, like to let you know and to reassure you that things are unfolding for you really beautifully. So you just had a bunch of cards come out. Okay, 3. Maybe that's not so much. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Devil. Ooh, okay. Interesting. 2 5s, a whole bunch of change, which is what we're talking about. Something is changing. 2 of Wands, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the King of Wands. Something's definitely changing for you, and some of this might be a change in attitude, a change in mindset, and just feeling more encouraged that something's going to work out for you when it comes to love and romance. Wow, okay. I guess we'll begin with this 5 of Cups, because the 5 of Cups, I feel like your guys' reading is going to go a different way than what the other, like how the other readings have gone, because I'm already wanting to clarify some of this energy. For some reason, it's really important for your guides to touch on what has happened for you in the past, and they actually opened up the reading with that kind of energy, and I'm still seeing it. So I'm seeing kind of this energy of walking away from something, of feeling a sense of loss or regret, feeling abandoned in some way, that's that desert energy, that feeling of being alone. And like there being some kind of conflict, whether this is internal conflict or external conflict, and this could show up in many different ways. If this is a relationship that's like, you're not getting the information that you need, or you're not getting what you need from this relationship, you're not really sure which way to go, that's showing up with this 5 of Swords. So I feel like this is, again, a lot of what you have been experiencing, or what your fears are when it comes to love and romance. A lot of things that you might need to let go of. I'm going to clarify a little bit. I want to clarify the 5 of Cups. I see some of the new energy that's coming in for you. With this Devil energy, I feel that this this new person or this person that is on your mind is somebody that you do feel an attachment to, or that you will feel an attachment to. Capricorn energy here, Aquarius, Cancer energy with the High Priestess. Okay, let's clarify the Five of Cups. The Four of Swords. I feel like you guys, a lot of you might be walking away from something. So my number threes might be a lot in that energy of closing out a cycle, moving on to the next phase. Because this Four of Swords is taking me into a place of deep contemplation. So this is either past energy or this is current. This could be something that you had to do in order to move forward with your romantic life. Finding maybe the need to walk away from a situation. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This could be somebody that you have a history with. Somebody that you've been together like since childhood, or you've known this person since childhood. Someone you have a lot of memories with. There's a lot of thought here. It just feels like there's a lot of thought about whether or not to walk away from something. And that's probably because of this desert energy. That's probably because of feeling hopeless sometimes, wanting to walk away. Let's clarify this Five of Swords. What's going on with the Five of Swords? You guys, it's about your intuition. My eyes keep going back to that High Priestess. So this is about using your intuition, about this, whatever this connection is, or about your love life in general, doing what feels right and remaining in a very hopeful energy, even if you feel really in the desert energy, like even if you feel very deserted, very abandoned, like it's a drought or that kind of energy, trusting. So we have the Page of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Swords. That's something new. So for so many of you, I feel like this is about you walking away from a situation and into something new, into something that's satisfying. And this could even be something that you, like, that took a lot of planning, that took a lot of resourcefulness on your part, but it's like it's allowing you to welcome in something new. The message that keeps coming through is let the lesson be your blessing type of energy here. Whatever you learned from this, even if this was something that happened in the past, whatever you learned from this, you're carrying forward into a new connection, a new relationship, or a new understanding of your romantic life and your romantic connection. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck right now, so definitely welcoming in something new, maybe having to step away from something in order to do it, even if that's an idea or change your mind about something. For some of you, there's some kind of work connection that keeps showing up. You might meet this person through work or be introduced by coworkers or something like that. Meet this person at work. There's a new romance on the horizon here for you, or a renewed romance. And kind of the need to trust your intuition about this. So this is interesting. I want to clarify the Devil, because I want to know if that's past or present energy for you. What's going on with this Devil? Sorry. I thought that might happen. That was actually really weird, because I was like, I think this might be current energy. This might be the, like, what you're welcoming in. And like, if that Lover's card that was at the bottom of the deck before, that would come out, that would really clarify that. And it's the Lover's card. So this is actually your current energy. This is about, wow, you guys. You're welcoming in a beautiful partnership. Even if this is something that's old and that's being renewed, we were talking about that Six of Cups energy. So this might be like kind of the revitalization of an old partnership. For those of you that resonates, some of you are you're not interested in something like that, but if you are, it could be that. It seems like something that's taken a lot of contemplation for you. It's taken maybe you even taking a time out, pulling back a little bit, maybe doing some kind of shadow work or something. I feel like for a lot of you, the work that you do and what you like, the reason you might have pulled away from a situation is simply to go within and to like reestablish your vision and your intuition when it comes to this situation. So it's like almost like this feeling of you're in the desert and it's really scary when you look around and you don't see anything. Like you don't see any buildings, you don't see a tree, you don't see water, you don't see help of any sort. You feel like you're just kind of out there alone. Um, that can kind of get in our heads, but it's like you do hold on to this idea of how this is going to play out for you, and this might be concerning a particular relationship. And you may have even had to pull back to kind of reestablish your connection with your own inner knowing when it comes to this. So that the desert doesn't scare you, so that the drought doesn't scare you, so that you can realize that you're approaching the end of this cycle. Wow, okay. Let's look at this King of Wands. I think this feels to me like this new energy or this renewed energy. So we have Gemini here with the Lovers. We already talked about Capricorn, Aquarius. Strong Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn again. Seven of Cups with this King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Sagittarius, for some reason, just intuitively is jumping out to me, but take that as it resonates. We have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like there's been a lot of choices regarding this person, or there will be a lot of choices. There's a lot... there's the Strength card. Okay, I'm laughing because your guides are funny and because they just kind of clicked something for me. So the Seven of Cups can talk about illusions, and what that made me think of was a mirage. Like in the desert, you're seeing the illusion of maybe a person standing off in the distance, or a big body of water or something like that, and it can be very confusing when you're out in the desert and you're seeing these mirages. It's disorienting. It can cause a lot of confusion. So this Seven of Cups is making me think that there might be circumstances that arise that make you really have to think, make you have to contemplate what's going on here, not letting you kind of slip away from this vision that you've had, because again, I'm drawn back to this High Priestess energy. So whatever this is that you know is right for you, or this vision that you're holding about your romantic life, there are going to be times, or there have been times already, where illusion can take over, and where you really have to tap into that intuition so that you don't fall into the trap of illusion. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is regarding a specific person, this King of Wands. This person could be a fire sign. Like I said, Sagittarius energy coming through pretty strong for this. They don't have to be a fire sign. In fact, I'm really drawn to this bird too. That could be an indication of them being an air sign, or crows or ravens being significant in this connection. But I just feel like when it comes to this connection, there is the need to hold on to a vision, hold on to the potential that was shown there. The Strength card at the bottom of the deck, really indicating that for me, that like to remain strong, to remain firm in this vision. And this is a person who's very strong and committed. I feel like even if the information has been lacking at times, this person is willing to go the distance and is committed with the Strength card. I'm going to clarify the Two of Wands. Why is this Two of Wands here? Two of Wands. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, so potentially like a little bit of a protected energy or a defensive energy coming through. And I feel like you've had to remain firm when it comes to the plan and maybe defend it a little bit. Maybe even defend your like yourself. It's actually coming through like kind of odd. So there might be this need to remain firm to a vision and commitment. And I feel like this is present again with the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands. There was some kind of plan, and it might need you to pull away and to like refocus on this intuitive knowing, to not be confused by the illusions in the desert, to know that you're almost there. Let's pull some romance angels and see what's going on. There's so many messages for you. Sometimes I feel like we should do an extended because this reading has taken on a little bit of a different form. Very soon. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The desert doesn't go on forever. And it feels almost like you guys have been traveling through this desert for the longest time. And like there's almost a feeling of wanting to give up. That's too many. But giving up right now feels like you'd be giving up right before you reach the end. Like if you turned back around, you would have to go all the way back through the desert and you're almost to the end. Make the effort. So great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Back to that feeling of intuition. You've been guided to take these steps. Wow. Okay. You had this could be the one coming out, and also finances and career came out, and we were talking with the Page of Pentacles about there could be some sort of work connection with this person, so I want to take that card as well. With this Lover's energy. I feel like a lot of you might have a connection in mind. If you don't have a particular connection in mind, it could be that you have the idea of a connection, like how you want this to be in mind. And like you feel like you're holding on and trying to protect this vision. And it's totally worth doing that. Like it's worth this effort that you're putting in because you're attracting in a great love. So let's pull some oracles for you. Temple of Mary. We had this come out in another reading. Card 31. So this is about emotional expression, playful innocence. This can really talk about when you come into connection with this person, how emotionally available this person is, which is kind of the feeling I get from these lovers because, I mean, look how this is such an intense lovers card. Look how they're looking at each other. Like the emotion is right there on the surface. They are definitely expressing how they feel. I also, again, with that energy underneath there of the devil, this is somebody that you will be highly connected with. You will feel very connected with this person. And there's a lot of attraction and temptation there. I feel like that's where that devil energy is coming from, especially with this card and all that hot, fiery red energy behind them. There's a lot of attraction. And we have energy attachments. Interesting. We were just talking about the devil, that can talk about attachments. So energy exchange. I feel like that's what this is about for you in this case. I feel like this is about an exchange of energy, an exchange of thoughts, an exchange of emotions. Very deeply connected energy I'm getting on this. Definitely worth the date. I'll just say for some of you where that resonates, if this is like something you've waited a long time for. Definitely worth the wait. Soul families. This could be a soulmate type of connection for you. This feels like calling in a member of your tribe, having a partner, having that deep connection. Okay, sorry you guys. My camera cut out in the middle of shuffling. So your card just flew out. It's take a break. So this is that Four of Swords energy, and this is really to me about recentering your focus and getting back to that intuitive place, getting back into that High Priestess energy and into that energy of allowing, just letting this happen, letting this unfold for you. Because it is about you establishing that vision, but then it's also about you allowing it to unfold. So sometimes just pulling back a little bit. That's what that message is. So let's end your reading with some initials. We have Y. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is actually asking why, like to remember your why when we're talking about remaining in that place of vision, to remember why you're doing this. Because when you're in the middle of the desert, you do have to kind of tap into this is why. Like, I'm going through all of this for this reason, for this vision, and I feel like there's a message coming through with that. But again, these can be initials. We have R. We have D. This person might be a doctor. We have F. E. I'm hearing Dre now. J. C. S. And U. So, I like to look to see if we can spell anything. One thing that's jumping out to me is red, R-E-D. So there might be some connection with the color red, or someone's name being similar to a color. This could be somebody with red hair, or someone whose favorite color is red, or they wear a lot of red, or something like that. What else do I see here? We talked about knowing your why, and we talked about with the DR, this person might be a doctor, and I heard the name Dre. I also see Fred. So Fred, Freddie, Frederick, something like that could be significant. So yeah, just take a minute to like look at the initials, because these might mean something to you, jump out at you in some particular way, or these could be letters to keep in mind. They might be significant and an indication of something that will happen in the future. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 4, if you resonated with the Sunset Oracle, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what is next for you in love and romance. So let's start with your Oracle card and see what kind of energy we are beginning with. So we have, the Queen. Love this. I absolutely love this energy for you, number 4. What I've been saying in all the readings, because everyone's at a different phase in their romantic journey and in their love life. So because this is a general reading, some of you may be at the very beginning stages. You might be looking to welcome in new love. Others of you might be in a current relationship or connection, or have your heart or your mind set on a particular relationship or connection. And still others of you might be moving away from something, maybe ending a cycle, closing out a cycle, and wondering what those next steps are for you. So we're going to try to interpret these messages through the lens of these different phases that you could be experiencing right now, because we all experience like each of those phases just at different times. So this would be energy that would resonate whether you're in the beginning, the middle, or the end of this cycle. And I love this queen energy. For some reason, I am getting strong fire sign vibes, particularly Leo, but Sagittarius and Aries energy is coming through with this as well. This is a very powerful feeling. So I do feel like in your love life, in your romantic life, there is a sense of empowerment, no matter where it is that you are in these phases. So for some of you, this could be walking away from something, having the strength, the courage, to step away, to know what you deserve. And you maybe have questioned that and you've kind of stepped into your power and decided that there's something better out there for you. For others of you, you might be ready to welcome in something new. And I feel like welcoming in something new from this really powerful place of queen energy. And the gender here doesn't matter, by the way. You could identify as male or female. The point here is that this is a very powerful, a very regal, a royal type of energy. So this is like the energy of going into something new, knowing your exact worth, standing firm when it comes to like your preferences, your boundaries, your idea of what you deserve in love, really moving into it in this powerful, this commanding way, like with this commanding energy. And even for existing relationships, this could be kind of a renewed sense of self that we're finding here. Either like any way this is a confident energy. This is an energy that feels really good. It's like that energy of like when you're really feeling yourself. Like sometimes we just are feeling ourselves and sometimes we just aren't. And a lot of times we don't really even know what makes the difference. It's just like a matter of your mood and like just what's going on that day or whatever. But this feels like being in that energy of like I'm feeling myself. Just being there, like just staying there, just having that vibe when it comes to romance and partnership. So you definitely know what you want, and it doesn't feel like the energy is settling for any less than that. So I love that. Step into your power. Taking a seat on your throne is another way we could look at this. Um, this is also giving you the energy of being treated like royalty. And that to me means a certain amount of respect and almost a sense of like reverence coming from those around you. So this could be an indication that in a new relationship that you're welcoming in, you will be highly appreciated and very cared for. This would be like your new partner wanting to do everything for you, wanting to make you comfortable in any way they can, wanting to give you the world. In a current relationship, it could be the same vibes. It could be even that your relationship kind of ventured away from that sort of energy and now is going to find its way back to that. So you'll notice more love and appreciation coming from your partner, more attention coming from your partner. And if this is about you stepping away from something, then probably stepping into this queen energy, this royal, this regal energy, that probably had something to do with the ending of this connection or even like the fact that you're contemplating ending this connection. It could be that you have realized that you aren't being treated like this queen and that you want something new. But any way we look at this, this is really positive energy because this gives me the idea that you are really in a place of knowing your worth. And however it is that you're navigating your romantic life right now, you're going to do that from a place of knowing your worth and understanding that. So it's like your expectations have been raised. So the bar has been raised. Anybody who comes into your life now has to make it over this higher bar. And that's a good thing because this is going to be in line with your standards. So yeah, I do feel like this has a lot to do with your standards and with your appreciation for self and also how you are going to be treated. This is a really good indication that you're going to be treated like royalty in your love life in general. So whether this is like an active dating life or if this is settling down with one particular person, you're going to be treated very nicely. Like I feel like this is the kind of energy of like somebody doing special things for you, maybe taking you out, arranging things for you, thinking of you, very thoughtful energy, putting you first. Um, this card can also talk a lot to me about healing, and being really brave and fearless. So I feel like there is like a bravery that's coming through for you. So I'm not sure if that's about needing to heal from something, or if this is about revisiting something that maybe has scared you in the past, or opening up and being vulnerable in a way that could have scared you in the past. The Queen card from this deck really comes with this fearlessness. It comes with this kind of fierceness. So um, this is probably having to do with reaching a new level of emotional maturity, and really looking for a partner who can match you in terms of your level of emotional maturity. Um, so for some of you, I'm hearing that some of you may have already found that person that can match you in that way. I'm getting such strong Leo energy here. So for some of you that might resonate, and this person might be a Leo, it just feels like they are open and vulnerable in the exact way that you want. And like you being in this queen energy is letting this relationship unfold. It's letting there be a connection between the two of you. Yeah, this is really confirmation. Whoa, you guys, the lighting just changed so much. um, there must be a cloud at play. So hopefully we get that sunshine back. But anyway, this might be confirmation to you that this person that like maybe you have your eye on, or somebody that has caught your attention, they might be somebody who's really capable of this deep love and connection. And that could be what drew you to them initially, or what does draw you to this person if you haven't met them already. This is kind of coming through as you're going to know, you're going to like recognize this person, or you're going to recognize this connection by the way that they treat you. So you're going to know if it's like, if this is that person or not, if this is the one or not. You'll really be able to identify it by the fact that they'll treat you like a queen, or they will treat you like royalty. I feel like what's next for you in love is really just the concept of stepping into this queen energy, which is the energy of having an abundance of love, having high quality connection and partnership. So let's look deeper into that queen energy and see what else is going on here. I feel something like very romantic coming through for you guys. So I don't know where that's coming from. And your cards are going so wild. This might be something that's unexpected for you. Just, I feel like the deck is behaving very erratically, very unpredictably. So this could even be unpredictable behavior from a person, like behaving in a way that you have not come to expect, maybe treating you in a way you haven't come to expect. Or this new person that's coming into your life. This new person that's coming into your life may be a lot different than what you've experienced in the past. So we have the Six of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. 4 cards fell out, which is not what I wanted. I was going for 2, but I feel like this might be relevant. So we're going to look at all of the energy. So we have the Six of Swords. This is moving away from something that was familiar. So I do feel like this queen energy might be a change for you. It might be an indication of some growth for you, and that what's coming ahead in your romantic life is something that's different than what you've experienced in the past. And this is really whether this is a brand new person or someone who's been in your life, because I feel like I was just saying that this might be someone behaving in a way that is not what you've come to expect from them. So keep an open mind when it comes to this. It might be that you're stepping into this queen energy. You're almost commanding this sort of appreciation, this sort of respect, and you're actually starting to receive it from someone that you might not have expected to receive it from. So that's super interesting. Six of Swords is very encouraging energy. It's about moving to calmer waters. It's about moving to better circumstances. And the sun came back out as I'm saying that. So yeah, like a brighter day, moving into a brighter day. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, one of the most positive signs in the deck. I love the Ten of Pentacles. It's about real love and real commitment. So this is about you attracting in something that is very solid. Somebody who's willing to work and somebody who wants a future with you. The Ten of Pentacles is like, it's like having it all. And there's a couple of cards in the deck that I could say that about, but I'm the type of person, I guess, that really loves like a lot of balance. And the Ten of Pentacles does that for me because this is like kind of an indication of success on all levels in this partnership. It's not just about the love. There's love there, of course, but there's actual commitment. There's a long lasting connection here. It's not something that just fizzles out when times get rough or when the next new shiny thing comes along. It's a very firm and committed energy. This can talk about children. This can talk about like expanding your vision with somebody. So this is really really beautiful energy. And like I said, I feel like this is something new, like somebody offering you something that is different from what you've experienced in the past. Let's see what these additional cards are. King of Cups. Yeah. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah. These came out for a reason. You're meant to see this. Treating yourself as the queen, stepping into this queen energy is helping this energy to like usher in for you. This is showing me somebody who's highly emotionally available and somebody who's willing to do all those little things, those romantic gestures, someone who's willing to open up and be vulnerable. We were talking about the queen being fearless, the queen, maybe overcoming some sort of fear to get to this place of being in this like deep connection. And this person that you are connecting with might have a similar story because they are highly emotional and emotionally available. So this could be about them facing their fears. I just felt like I got to look at the bottom of the deck and see, and we have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yes, things may not have always been pretty, and that could be with this person. There could have been some challenges, some struggles, some disappointments and heartbreak in this connection. And if it's not in this connection, it could be that both of you have experienced that type of energy in previous connections. And to open up in this way, it takes a certain amount of fearlessness. It takes some commitment, but that's what you found in this person. So you're definitely going to connect on the past. This is interesting, you guys. This was kind of interesting energy. Everything is looking really good. There are bright days ahead, certainly, when it comes to your romantic life. And I just feel like an increased amount of commitment. And kind of like attention as well. Like, you're moving into a place of being highly attractive. So there might be some choices here when it comes to your romantic life. You might have a lot of suitors, and there might be one particular person that is really standing out to you, or one particular person that's putting in this great amount of effort. But yeah, I'm getting the sense that you're going to see more effort being made on the part of other people when it comes to your romantic life. So romantic gestures and like phone calls and love notes and like all the things. It just feels like this energy is moving toward you. So let's see what else is going on here. What is next in love for you? Number 4. The Star. How gorgeous is that? How gorgeous is that? That is hopeful energy, very encouraging energy. And also it comes with it a sense of balance and renewal. So we are dealing with Aquarius energy with the star. Um, this could be about renewing something, because this idea of receiving receiving interest or treatment from somebody that, like, maybe it wasn't like that in the past, maybe somebody who wasn't stepping up and doing what they needed to in relationship, or maybe even somebody that, like, you didn't know had a romantic interest in you, or it was like a friendly thing. um but that idea of renewal, this could be about something coming back to life that seemed like it was dead. So take that as it resonates. If you have like a connection in mind that you would love to see kind of respark or be rejuvenated in some way, there's beautiful energy for that here. But there's in general just very hopeful energy. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys, something new, something new. The Six of Swords again, and we have the Fool card. Let's get the bottom of the deck energy. We have the Six of Coins. Okay. We were talking about the idea of balance, and like I couldn't possibly see any more balance here with this kind of energy. The sixes, so six might be significant to you because the Six of Swords showed up twice, and I just don't really, that's just confirmation. I actually don't know what else to say about that, because I have such a strong feeling that this is about something being brand new for you, even if it's something that's not completely new. It might not be a new idea. This might not be a new person. For some of you, it definitely is a new person. With the Fool card and the Ace of Cups, new love. Um, Beautiful, beautiful love that unfolds slowly and naturally, and um like, it's nothing that's rushed or that burns out like we were talking about with this Ten of Pentacles. It's a really natural unfolding. It's a very beautiful energy. And this might be a leap of faith that you're taking with that Queen energy again. The kind of messages that were coming through intuitively were talking about some sort of fearlessness or some type of leap that you might need to take. And with this Fool energy, I can totally see that. It might take some bravery on your part to try this again. And even if this is a new person, you might feel like you're trying again in love. And maybe it's hard for you to open up to this because you know there's the possibility of getting hurt. You know there's the possibility of things happening the way that they did before. But I see somebody coming into your life that's very emotionally available, that leads with this sense of love and appreciation, that makes you sure of the fact that they care about you. There's no questioning that. Like, they go out of their way to make sure you know. And this feels like somebody you can build something with because you don't have to be in that state of questioning. Some of you are definitely moving. Like, the Six of Swords coming out twice, you're definitely moving. Even if it's not that you're moving like to another country, which for some of you it could totally be that, you might be moving within your same city or town. But I feel like this move plays into this romantic connection very heavily. It either gives you a new perspective and a fresh start that allows this to kick off, or you're actually moving closer to this person. You could even be moving in like next door to somebody who turns out to be this new love interest. But I see movement here either by you or this person. If this is a long distance connection, I would say this is a great sign that the two of you will be close to each other physically very soon, because the Six of Swords coming out twice is like, this message was not going to get missed. I'm hearing 6 months. I'm also hearing 1 year, because the two Six of Swords cards, so this might be within a year. But what this tells me is that this distance that's been between the two of you has been hard. It's been a strain on the relationship. Something about it has been difficult, maybe even beyond the fact that there's physical distance. There could be like problems with family or people not understanding like what's going on with this connection because it's long distance or whatever it is. So this is showing you moving from a time where there could be a lot of conflict, there could be confusion, there could be arguments, there could be misunderstandings, and then moving into this place of a lot of clarity, a lot of like smoothness, a lot of hope. Like, it kind of feels like there might be times when you question if this can work out. And this Six of Swords showing that the energy is moving in this more positive direction, it's going to give you a renewed sense of hope. Um, I do see new love, very sweet, tender love. You know how many cups? Like you have the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Um, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here, and definitely love, like deep love. So I see a lot of deep love and connection. We have Aquarius here. What else do we have? We have Aquarius really strongly with the Star and the Fool. So I'm seeing a lot of water signs. I'm seeing a lot of Aquarius energy. This is a beautiful reading. This is the kind of reading that lets me know that it hasn't always been perfect. It hasn't always been easy when it comes to your romantic life, but it's moving in that direction. Like whatever challenges these are, they're like a thing of the past. And they're also something that I think binds the two of you together. Challenges that you face together bring you closer, and even challenges that you faced separately bring you closer because there's a level of understanding here and there's a level of emotional connection that I feel like it's not something you've experienced with anyone else. Let's get some romance angels. We have trust. If this has to do with a move or some sort of distance, this card says this situation is calling for you to have faith. So this could be like sometimes it doesn't look like it's going to work out, or you're not sure if this move is going to happen. You're not sure if this connection is going to happen, but the universe is asking you to trust this, even to trust this new person that comes in your life. They are genuine. If they seem maybe even, dare I say, too emotionally available. I hate that because I feel like a lot of times we can fall into that. We want somebody who is loving and caring and emotionally available, but let's be honest, sometimes when you meet someone, if they lay it on really thick, if they're just pouring out love, it can be hard to know if like that can be trusted, if we can really believe that because it seems so much. But this is kind of like telling you like this person is genuine, and I can see this with the King of Cups, with the Knight of Cups, with the Ace of Cups. I can see this is genuine love. The way this person treats you like a queen, like a king, like royalty, it's genuine. It's coming from a genuine place of wanting to build something with you. Let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. I feel like that's what we were just talking about. You can't really control how this situation unfolds. Even if this person is doing everything that you want, or they've suddenly done a 180 and they are treating you differently, you can't control like how that happens, or you can't say, oh, well, I don't know if I want you to be that emotionally available, or this kind of scares me. You have to just let it unfold. And then we also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, interesting energy. Maybe watch out for potential pitfalls when it comes to this relationship. I feel like a lot of this has to do with the Six of Swords energy, this red flags. I feel like there's something about this connection, or there will be something about this connection that you are going to recognize as something that needs to change, or your past issues. Okay. This is coming through a little bit differently now, so let me try not to lose my train of thought, because I think for some of you, this is about like issues that need to change, that need to evolve within this connection. This could be like there's a distance, and like that will never work for the connection, and it's a red flag. It's something that needs to be dealt with. It's not something you're going to be able to overlook in this connection, but I do see it resolving itself. I see the two of you working it out. Now, also, I can't really ignore how these romance angels cards came out, and we began with trust, and then we have let go of control issues and pay attention to the red flags. And I feel like for a lot of you, that past energy that we saw at the bottom of the deck, that Three of Swords energy, that can sometimes kind of get in your head. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't let the past dictate the future. Don't let whatever happened in the past control what's going on. So, like, sometimes I think these red flags are coming up because of a past issue, because of maybe the lack of trust. Is this person genuine? Are they for real? They're really treating me like I'm royalty. Is this for real? Is this actually happening to me? I almost feel like for some of you, and take this as it resonates, I almost feel like Spirit is saying trust, and those red flags don't even apply to the situation. Um, that you're not really controlling how this is going. Your perception of how this is going, or trying to approach this from a place of past experiences, isn't going to help, is kind of how I'm reading it. That's not going to help. So there's a couple of different messages that came better with that, but intuitively I was already feeling like there might be some need to really allow this to unfold and let this person be as genuine as they're being, even if it's that they have changed. But most importantly, things have changed for you, situations have changed for you. So kind of let that happen. Trust it even if it feels foreign. Trust it even if those red flags rear their ugly head, and ask yourself, is that true? Like, is that red flag there for a reason? If it is, you can respond accordingly, but it might be old fears. So we have Magical Alchemy, card 23, innovation, ingenuity, curiosity, ahead of your time. I feel like this is like that Six of Swords, that energy. This is that feeling of something new unfolding, something new happening for you, something that's different than the past. I keep wanting to say, even if it's the same person, so that must be relevant to some of you. Even if this is the same person, something new is happening here. Oh, Lord Melchizedek, card 22. So you got 22 and 23. Interesting. So this card says indecision, ego-based actions, and lifestyle change. We were talking about a move, lifestyle change. This could be about being on the fence when it comes to making this change or making this shift. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, this could be a situation that's been sort of brewing for a little while, and there might be some change to take place. Again, with one of the ways we're looking at the red flags card, paying attention to the red flags, there might be something here that does need to be addressed. We have the crumbling, and we have yes. Okay. As I'm saying, there might be something that needs to be addressed. There might be some kind of structure that needs to change. And this can be a structure within you that needs to change, or a structure within this connection or this person that you are partnering with that needs to change. I will start by saying, the answer here is yes, and it says just say yes. So if there's some offer being made to you, just say yes. If this Knight of Cups shows up, just say yes. I feel like this person might want to move closer to you, or want you to move in with them, or something like that. And it's like this feeling of just say yes. But right as I was saying, like, potentially there are some issues here, or something that needs to change. It doesn't mean that the relationship is doomed or that it's not going to work out. It's just like something needs to be restructured, and we have the crumbling. So this is kind of like tower energy. This is taking on the feeling of the tower for me as much as it could, or as it has in the past, because this doesn't feel unexpected. This feels like issues that just need to be worked out, maybe foundations or structures that need to be changed. And that could be, again, like, using this as an example, for some of you, this might be what the situation is, but just sort of apply it to your situation. If it was that there was a distance between the two of you, and one of you needed to move, or both of you needed to move to common ground, this could be a red flag, but it doesn't have to surprise you. It could be something that it's just like the foundation needs to change, the structure needs to change. The two of you live in different places, and that's how it is right now, but that's got to change. So that does require some work. It requires breaking down a structure that is firmly in place in order to build something new. But as we were talking about with this Ten of Pentacles, this is the energy of something that's going to be rebuilt on a strong foundation. So if there is that kind of energy, or if there are some issues, this is about working through it and getting to that Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like your guides really, there's a sense of them wanting to almost warn you to not fall back into old habits, or to not let the fear take over, because they're saying just say yes, even if the structure has to change, even if something has to be reconfigured in order to make this happen, just say yes. And then we were looking at indecision over here, and then you have this just say yes. So like if there's an important decision that you've needed to make, whether this is in connection with a specific person or not, this could be about you moving. Maybe you want to make some sort of change in your life, and this could lead to a romantic connection to you, for you. And this is like telling you, you might have been on the fence about this, but go for it, because what's going to happen here and what's going to unfold is beyond your wildest imagination, beyond your wildest dreams. We have this king and queen energy here, so it's like divine partnership, divine connection. It's pretty exciting. Let's end your reading with some initials. Did one fall out? No. This is just a lot of fun, and these might make sense to you right now. They might not make sense to you right now. So we'll just see what kind of connections we can form. Sometimes these even spell something, so they might spell something. They can be a first name, a last name, a location. We have the Q. We have I, O, U. I'm getting like such a vowel, I, O, U. Wow. I, O, U. I'll tell you what's coming through with that, a couple of things. The first thing is, I'm picking up on this strong vibe of somebody coming back from the past, somebody wanting to, like rekindle something, or treat you the way that they felt you deserved to be treated the first time around. And now I'm seeing this I owe you. So it could be that they feel like I owe you this. Like they're very apologetic about what has happened in the past, and they feel like this is what you deserve, like to be treated like that queen or that king or whatever. That could be kind of a message from them. I also, when I see I owe you, like I can imagine this O as a heart. So this is like kind of an I love you type of message too. We have the T. I was wondering if we'd have a T. The Q and the T. So a cutie. This is maybe somebody you're highly attracted to, or somebody who's very attracted to you. Like you see them as a cutie. You might see them as adorable. Or they might view you this way. Such cute energy. We have K, A, D, V, R, M, and G. Yeah. Did we already go over what all this could be? Like months or location, names, something, just significant letters to you. This could be a place or something. So take a minute to look at this. For some of you, this won't make sense at all. If you keep some of this in mind, it might play out in the future, and you might actually end up knowing what some of these initials meant. I'm seeing Irma. That's interesting. I don't know what that means. And I'm also seeing Ram, so that's making me think of Taurus energy. This person might be a Taurus. And I'm seeing arm. Interesting. There might be maybe this person has tattoos or something on their arm, or there's something significant or something unique about their arm, or something they wear on their arm, a bracelet or something like that. Really interesting. I always love doing this, but of course, these messages make more sense to you than they do to me most of the time. So, yeah, these might be your person's initials, either someone you know or someone that you might be meeting in the future. So that is really fun to do. I like doing that. So yes, I think I'm going to leave it there. Number 4, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.